Hello, love goddesses. How are you today? I am coming to you with this really awesome subject about creating feminine and masculine polarity. Why is this important? This is important for multiple reasons. First of all, if you are in a long term relationship, you most likely slipped into the danger zone of being equal, right? It's 50-50. You do the laundry, I do the dishes, and vice versa. And there is no separation that I keep talking to you about in order to create that spark, that desire, in order to create lust in the relationship, right? We might have love, we might have intimacy, but where is that sexual charge? And that is exactly why I'm here and what it is that I keep talking to you about on a regular basis. And lust is only created by separation. The more separate you are, the more there is room for that desire to be developed and to grow. When we first start dating, we are so like we want to overcome the boundaries, we want to learn about each other, we want to connect, we want to become one. Well, that erases that separateness, and over time, while intimacy and love is great, there's no spark, and there is no lust left in the relationship. It's like it's boring, it's vanilla, there is no variety, there is no separateness, that we have crossed those boundaries and there's nothing left for us to learn about the other partner, our partner. And the reason why I'm coming to you today is give you a little tip on how to create a little bit of that by tapping into your femininity and develop that polarity between the feminine and masculine, right? When we first start dating, everything is new, there's novelty, adventure, all that stuff. And a lot of times when we start showing him signs that we are interested and, we want to take it, to the next level and get to know them a little better, we start doing these little feminine things such as like looking, using our eyes, and, doing giving nonverbal signals for him to let him know that we are interested, right? And that there is something special, and that creates that sexual tension between the two of you. And eventually you get together and, you decide whether you want to take it further and explore, and if there is anything more than that, right? In the relationship, in marriage, we have kids, we have life, we have responsibilities, the boundaries are crossed, there is very little separation to none, and we are in this 50-50 dynamic. And that literally kills any sex drive and kills lust in a relationship, because nobody wants to have sex with like if it just doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work. You have to have feminine and masculine polarity. Even in gay couples, there is someone who's a little more feminine and someone who's a little more masculine, right? So you must maintain that polarity between the two, because if you are equal, the relationship is just not going to work. And the more of that polarity that you create, the more sexual desire you create within the relationship itself. When you live life as partners, you become roommates. That is exactly the dynamic that is happening in so many couples, because they have decided to split the duties 50-50, right? And like, it's fine, it works great in the real life aspect, but you can't take that dynamic too bad, right? It's just not gonna work. There is not gonna be desire, and you eventually you'll get tired of this, and you'll think it's just not working, and one of you will start looking on a side for someone who has more of that polarity that can give them. It's really about the way the other person makes us feel when we are with them, right? And the more polarity you create, the more he can indulge in his role as masculine, in most dynamics, right? He can indulge in his role as masculine, really exercise his masculinity, where you can tap into your feminine and exercise your feminine side and a more softer side, so you can have that tension, that power dynamic between the two. Sometimes in BDSM, that works kind of very similar to, like, there is someone in control and in power, and someone in the more of a submissive role. Well, in this case, it doesn't have to be the power dynamic. There's a little element to it, but it's not all about that. It's more about, being feminine. Like, you by nature created differently, like you built differently physically too. Your body moves a certain way. That's why girls can pole dance and they can do sensual dances and they can bend certain ways, and in most cases guys can't do that, simply because they are, even like, they're just not built that way. And seeing that difference and knowing that difference, that you're like, she's so feminine. That's why guys love when girls come in for a bra session, because, like, all the posing is taken from sensual dance moves, right, that we love so much. Seduction, like all of those, like going to strip club, all girls are moving, dancing on the pole in a very seductive way. Well, they can move that way. Yes. By the way, don't take this for granted, because, like, that takes practice. I will tell you that I've tried, and it's not any, like, you have to practice, and really be committed to be able to execute certain poses, certain moves, and whatnot. And because guys can't do that, guys can't wear skirts, guys can't, like, there's so many other things that makes us women and makes us, like, and makes guys. I totally get that nowadays there is, like, this cross gender thing going on, and, like, I can wear a skirt or I can wear pants, right? But the more you create that separateness between male and female, by the way, it doesn't even matter whether you are physically a male or female. It's about the dynamic, and it's about the polarity that you create and how you make the other person feel, right? And the more you create that separation, the more you create that definition that, yes, I'm very feminine, and yes, you're masculine. The more separateness you create within the relationship for that desire to spark and for the lust to be created. Again, I will tell you that it doesn't necessarily have to be a female, soft female and hard masculine energy for the guy. A lot of times, I've seen in many dynamics that a guy is on a softer, more feminine side, and a girl is more on the more like up to the point, direct, and like masculine energy. That works the same way. It does work, but as long as there is that polarity within the relationship between the dynamics, that's why the two sides of the magnets attract, and the same sides of the magnets detract, right? So it works the same way. Energy, physics, like law of physics, apply to law of energy too. So what we talking about, and what I talk about, anything, like in anything that I talk about, everything is energy. You are using the laws of the universe, the laws of energy to play with. And that's all you got, and it's all you have. And if you are of the same sides, you're going to detract. But if you create that polarity, and the more polarity you create, the stronger the bond is going to be, right? So keep that in mind. Make sure to have that And remember about that next time you are trying to create that polarity. And the way you can create that polarity on a day-to-day basis, you can do things that he cannot do. So he cannot put makeup on, he doesn't wear high heels, he doesn't wear a skirt or fishnets, right? Like those are the things that guys love, and it's a turn on. So why don't you put on some of that a little more often, and put an effort to seducing him. And that will create that polarity, that will create that desire, and that will create that lust element within the relationship, that will make it spicy and more passionate and just more beautiful overall, right? Another way you can create that element is by playing along, and this could be simply just like being more on the submissive side if you are into that, and kind of following his orders. You can create different dynamics where like you just play a game. This could be a text message or whatnot. So there's lots of ways that you do in fact create that polarity, but creating and keeping that polarity going is very important. And I can't stress enough that it must be present in your relationship. It must be present in your relationship. Now, we talk more about that in my free workshop that we will be hosting on February 14th, which is our kickoff date, where we talk about creating this beautiful love goddess out of you. And most women, she's laying dormant, and it's really hard to tap into her because most women are busy mothers, and there's life, right? There's just life, and there's no time in the world to like indulge in that. So I'm actually taking you from where you at, like in a busy lifestyle, whatnot, and we are really awakening that woman that is always there. She's in every single woman. We are awakening her, and we are tapping into her. We are tapping into her seductive power. We are really describing and really getting to know who she is. So next time you can always awaken her. Now, once you are tapped into her, you are able to always have a tool bag of different ways you can awaken that spirit, that connection in the relationship, and keep the lust in the relationship and keep the passion within the relationship. And then, like, yes, you can do it once or twice. It's continuous work. What I teach you is to really creating that fantasy element and like letting it stay for good within the relationship. And that is how you will preserve that passion within, that spark. And in it, like all of that, a lot of you, I know a lot of you struggle with body confidence, and a lot of you are telling me that it's hard for you to even enjoy sex because you're not 100% in your body, and you used to feel beautiful, you no longer feel beautiful, and that does in fact impact your sex life. I got you, girl. We are talking about that for sure in the module where we are talking about awakening that love goddess and who she is and who she should be and what her archetype is. And we will talk about how to awaken that confidence in you despite the body and still feel sexy and still feel beautiful. And yes, you can. Yes, you can, without changing your body at all. You can tap into feeling beautiful and sexy, no matter what shape, size you are, right? So this workshop is happening on February 14th. We're kicking it off at 12 o'clock Eastern time. You got to register to, it's going to be through Zoom. We will send you a link. You got to register for it. We are on a mission to get as many women registered. So my girls will be reaching out to you if you are in our Facebook community. In the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in. And I am so excited and I can't wait to speak with you about other juicy subjects on with the purpose to awaken lust in your relationship. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.